There is a moment, a single moment, that every United States Air Force pilot remembers for the rest of their lives. A moment when dreams take flight, when countless hours of study, sweat, and sacrifice lift off from the ground and climb toward the open skies. That moment is called the dollar ride. The roots of the dollar ride stretch back over a century, to the dawn of powered flight. In the early 20th century, long before the roaring engines of today's fighters and cargo jets, barnstormer pilots crisscrossed the skies of rural America. For just $1, everyday citizens could climb aboard these fragile biplanes and feel the rush of wind in their hair as they soared into the sky. It was called the buck-a ride, a simple thrill. But for many, it ignited a lifelong passion for flight. Today, that humble tradition lives on inside the most powerful and advanced Air Force the world has ever known. In the United States Air Force, the dollar ride is far more than just a nickname. It's a rite of passage. It's the first time a student pilot climbs into the cockpit of a real military aircraft alongside an instructor and takes to the sky. The result? A breathtaking and unforgettable first taste of what it means to be a military aviator. Before they get here, these young men and women endure a long and grueling journey. It starts in the classroom, learning aerodynamics, navigation, aviation regulations, and emergency procedures. Long hours are spent poring over manuals, studying flight theory, and passing rigorous exams. Then come the simulators, high-tech replicas of real cockpits where future pilots practice every possible scenario, from normal takeoffs to engine failures. But no simulation can match the thrill and the terror of the first real flight. The instructor sits calmly beside them, carefully watching every move. The student pilot grips the controls. The engines roar to life. And as the aircraft rises into the open sky, so too does the pilot's journey. The dollar ride is not about performance. It's not a test. It's a celebration of all the hard work that led to this point, and the beginning of everything yet to come. But the dollar ride doesn't end with flight school. Every time a newly qualified pilot transitions to a new aircraft in their operational squadron, whether it's the stealthy F-22 Raptor, the mighty C-130 Hercules, or the enormous C-17 Globemaster III, they experience another dollar ride. Only this time, they're not just learning to fly. They're learning to fly missions that matter. Like the young C-17 pilots of the 164th Airlift Wing of the Air National Guard. In December 2024, their dollar ride wasn't just a training mission. It was real. It was critical. They flew an aeromedical evacuation mission out of Ramstein Air Base in Germany, transporting wounded personnel with precision and care. For these pilots, their first operational flight wasn't just eye-opening, it was life-changing. Many pilots call their dollar ride one of the most pivotal experiences in their careers. It's the moment the weight of responsibility becomes real, and the moment the pride of service fills their hearts. Every mission is unique, every flight a new challenge, and every success a testament to the teamwork, discipline, and resilience that defines the United States Air Force. In the Air National Guard, the dollar ride carries even deeper meaning. Unlike active-duty Air Force members who often move from base to base, Guard members usually serve close to home. Their squadrons are tight-knit, like family. They train together, serve together, and support one another not just as colleagues, but as neighbors and friends. This close bond strengthens their mission readiness and their commitment to excellence. The 816th Expeditionary Airlift Squadron was the first of its kind flying the C-17 Globemaster III in combat operations. In 2006, First Lieutenant Purcell experienced his dollar ride in a way few others have. His first mission? Flying into Iraq during the height of conflict, transporting troops, equipment, and even members of Congress. One mission after another, his dollar ride kept going. 50 days of firsts, each one more demanding than the last. Yet for Lieutenant Purcell, the most memorable moment was being part of history. Evacuating American civilians from Lebanon, ferrying them to safety on one of the most massive airlift operations the C-17 had ever seen. The C-17 Globemaster III is a marvel of modern aviation engineering. Powered by 4 Pratt & Whitney turbofan engines, each generating over 40,000 pounds of thrust, this massive aircraft can haul over 170,000 pounds of cargo, troops, or paratroopers across the globe. At 174 feet long with a wingspan of nearly 170 feet, the C-17 can take off and land on short, unpaved runways, bringing supplies and personnel to even the most remote locations on Earth. Its maximum takeoff weight, an astonishing 585,000 pounds. The C-17 is not just a cargo plane, it's a lifeline, a force multiplier, a symbol of American reach and capability. And it's not just the C-17. Across the United States Air Force, dollar rides take place in every kind of aircraft. From the 5th generation F-35 Lightning II, to the battle-proven C-130 Hercules, to the tilt-rotor CV-22 Osprey. Each aircraft presents its own challenges. Each mission requires its own unique skill set. But the thrill of that first flight remains universal. The dollar ride is a symbol of much more than a first flight. It represents courage to pursue a dream that few dare to follow. It represents dedication to master complex machines and endure grueling training. And above all, it represents service, to fly not for oneself, but for a nation, for brothers and sisters in uniform, and for those who cannot defend themselves. In the end, every pilot remembers their dollar ride. The nervous excitement, the instructor's calm voice, the roar of engines, the feeling of breaking through the clouds, and knowing in that moment that the sky is no longer the limit. It's just the beginning.